Welcome to Joe Stunner Boxing. There was a very good 10-round women's, I think it was super-flyweight fight, 115-pound division between LEANNA CRUZ, undefeated Puerto Rican American, I think she is, and she fought a younger Mexican girl called Regina Chavez. Now, Regina Chavez came in with 8 wins, 5 defeats, 3 draws, but that does not tell the whole story of her of her ability, her skill set. It's far, far better than that. And in fact, if you look back at her previous fight, she fought for the WBA, I think it was vacant WBA Superfly title against Jasmine Artiga. And a lot of people felt she won that fight. She lost a majority decision though. So she could have been a world champ, but she's just got she's one of those fighters she's just out of luck. She can't get the rub of the green. Now, she's only 21 years old. She's a little thing, like 5'3". Typically tough Mexican girl, comes in swinging lots of punches, lots of hooks, fires sort of explosive salvos, isn't always accurate, but kind of makes her short, diminutive stature a little bit more effective by coming in low, and then the hooks come in, the big hooks come in. You won't see a great deal of jabbing. Against LEANNA CRUZ, like I say, she was, I think she's 6 years old. She's 27. She's, I think she's American, of Puerto Rican ancestry, heritage. And she came in with the sort of glossy record, 10 wins, 1 stoppage, no draws, no defeats. She got a good win over Melis Gangloff, who's a tough girl. That was back in 2024. Most recently, she scored her only KO over Amy Niart, and that was a second-round stoppage. I mean, with these 2-minute rounds, you're never going to get a lot of KOs because a lot of these girls, when you want to stop people, you need that extra bit of time. And then, of course, the bell goes after 2 minutes, 120 seconds, not very long, is it? And then the girl recovers, and so they're able to sort of fiddle their way through the rounds. Well, there weren't a lot of fiddling through rounds with this fight. It was pretty much a tear-up. And in fact, Chavez, the unfancied Chavez, the 21-year-old, she got first blood because there was an exchange towards the end of the round, and Chavez landed a very good left hook, which put CRUZ over on her backside. And there was a sort of jarring effect. Her legs sort of locked, and she picked up a knee injury. She said she heard something snap as she hit the floor, and they were saying she's busted her cruciate ligament. She wouldn't have been able to stand if she'd busted her cruciate ligament, but it was an injury. And she couldn't quite put all of her weight on her leg. But to her credit, in the second round, she came out, having lost that first round 10-8, looking good. Went back, stuck to her boxing, very aggressive. Whereas Chavez would fight in explosive clusters, CRUZ is more of a sort of, when I say she's steady, I don't mean she's there's still a lot of industry going on. I mean, these are super flyweight, so you expect them to, you expect the punch output to be a lot more than, say, the bigger girls. But she fires very consistent, she's got very consistent work rate. She fires nice jabs. She mixes her punches up well, and there's a sort of, I always call it a water on rock effect, where she's kind of gradually working her way to grinding down the opponent. But Chavez, don't think for a second that she might only be 21, but this is a woman, not a girl. She's a tough kid. And in fact, even though I gave CRUZ a sort of spate of rounds after that bad first round that she had, I thought she was winning, most of the rounds up to the 7th. And then in the 7th, Chavez seemed to sort of up the ante, and she was battering CRUZ. I mean, CRUZ had a lot of blood coming out of her nose. She said afterwards, well, my nose always bleeds a bit. It's no big deal. It was bleeding in the changing room, and maybe she's playing it down. I don't know. But there was certainly a lot of blood on her white top, and Chavez, you felt Chavez was in the ascendancy. And I think I gave Chavez the 8th as well. I can't remember exactly the way the last 2 rounds went, but these were very competitive rounds. Even in the period of the fight, sort of early leading up to the mid rounds, even though I was giving Cruz most of the rounds, Chavez was in them. Chavez was making it very, very competitive, very competitive. And all credit to both these girls. This was an exciting fight. You know, a lot of people, they still don't like women's boxing. They still say, well, the skill level is lower and the gene pool isn't as deep. And okay, maybe that's true, but women's boxing is growing, incrementally growing. You know, actually it's making quantum leaps to some degree. And there's a lot of entertainment to be had. And this was a very entertaining fight. Now, if I understand correctly, this was for a WBA trinket, which gets you a ranking. Unfortunately, Chavez dropped to 8-6, which does not do her justice, that record at all, with 3 draws. Afterwards, Cruz said she wants Jasmine Artiga, who is undefeated in 14. She's got a draw. But the Ring Magazine and WBO champ is a Japanese girl called Mizuki Hiruta. She's 8-0 with 2 KOs. I mean, these aren't, extensive careers. I mean, 13-0 and 1, Artiga, Hiruta, 8-0. I mean, these aren't long careers, but then it seems in the women's game, because the talent pool isn't as deep, you can pick up world titles early. I mean, if you look at the super bantams, Ellie Scotney has got IBF and WBO and the Ring Magazine belt. She's only had 10 fights. So this is the way the women's game goes. You can win world titles earlier on. And I would not put it past LEANNA CRUZ becoming a world champ. She's only 27, so she's got plenty of time. And Chavez, if Regina Chavez could get, a couple of breaks on the scorecards, maybe a few opportunities at 21, I don't know if maybe she'd get down to flyweight. Maybe that would benefit her. But she's got the heart, and she's got a fair bit of skill as well. So it was a good fight. I mean, this was on DAZN. It was on the I don't know who promoted this, but it was on a, I don't know, where was it? Where was it from? Was it in Philly? It was somewhere in America. I think it was Philadelphia. They showed this from. I have no idea who promoted the show, but it was on DAZN. Go and have a look at it, because this was the main event, and it was a deserved main event. It was good fun fight. So yeah, tell me what you think if you do have a look at this fight. What do you think of women's boxing in general? Do you think it's making strides? Do you think it's moving forward? I certainly do, but let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you've had a good weekend, and I hope that you're surviving this heat, because we've had heat in the UK. Oh God, have we had heat? If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.